Welcome to today's kit video. Today I'm going to be looking at what I pack when I go on a bike packing trip. And I put a list below with all the links so you can go off and have a look and see what kit it is. I think it's sensible to give you what this trip was. It was dry conditions, -4 at night, at about 1, 2, 3 degrees during the day. I only had to cook a dinner and a breakfast. I'm not going to talk about all the different bags. I'm going to do that in a different video. And I'm not going to talk about clothing. I will cover the clothing I wear when I'm not on the bike. Easiest way to do this video is to start at the front and work to the back. The very first piece of kit you come to is the Design 1300 XXL macro drive light. This is what I have been using for a few years. It's a great light. I then have a Wahoo element. This is used for tracking my rides and also for mapping. Then I have a quad lock out front here, which I have my phone plugged on, and then I have an extension bar for my video camera. This is so I can film going that way when I'm cycling in beautiful places. If I want to do some commentary, I can turn it around and film towards me. I then have a buff. Always have a buff, either for cleaning stuff up, for extra warmth, or the other day it was for carrying 2 baguettes. You can never have enough buffs. So now we're going to look in this first bag. This is the bag that's on the front of my bar bag. A nice little detachable bag, and inside here I keep all my electronics. If it's a wet day, I put them all in a dry bag inside here. I have a Power Traveler Swift 40. This is a 10,000 milliamp power bank. I have a little Ramoji lantern. I'm in my tent for like 14 hours. I like to have light that is separate from my head torch and my phone. The wires I need. I have my head torch. This is the Petzl Actic Core. Now the reason I use this one is because it is rechargeable, so you can just recharge it by USB. You don't have to carry a whole bunch of batteries, which also makes it more sustainable. Lots of room for more stuff if I'm going on a longer ride, and then that just slots on the front of the bike nice and easily. Normally I would have a stuff sack here, a dry bag with all my stuff in it, but for this ride I decided to use the handlebar bag holder to carry my tent. And the tent I used on this trip was the MSR Hubba Hubba NX 2-person tent. I like to have some comfort. If I'm going on a trip and it's freezing cold and I'm going to spend 14 hours in my tent, I'm not going to skimp out on something small like a bivvy or a one-man tent. I want space, so that is why I use the MSR Hubba Hubba. It's been on so many trips. I cycled across Australia with this one. It was perfect. Then we have the top tube bag. Now this bag here is the one that I'm going to be getting stuff out of as I'm cycling. Basically has my snacks. So dried fruit, little kind of power sweets, Cliff bars, muesli bars, and then electrolytes. I take electrolytes on all my trips, but I don't take them in the big tube because they kind of clunk around and then they break up and they turn all powdery, so I wrap them up in tin foil. I'd also probably keep my headphones in here. Then I have this frame bag. This frame bag, well, it has zip on either side, so on this side I have my tripod, which normally has this camera attached onto the top of it. I have my toiletries, so I have my toothbrush. This is my adventure toothbrush, and when I come back from an adventure I will take it and I put it into a cup of boiling water, and then that cleans it. And I have a mini toothpaste. I have an eye mask thingamajig face mask, and then I have earplugs, and I'd probably take a miniature deodorant as well. Definitely needed it on the last trip. Then I have a little bag of loo roll. Now this may sound a little bit overly planning, but I like to have my loo roll in these little mini rolls. So I wrap a little roll and I put lots of it in, so when you go to the loo you just grab one out. So very important, take a separate bag so you can take your used loo roll back with you. And yes, I do that. It sounds disgusting, but I'm not going to leave my loo roll on the side of the road. So I wrap it up, stick it back in a bag, take it home, flush it down the loo, because that's what you should do rather than just littering the countryside. Rant over. On the other side I have a little battery which plugs into my dynamo, which is running off the front wheel. That is just a little kind of old battery because I don't want to mess up a new battery with a varying current. And then I just keep little things like wallet, cash, hand warmers in there, just in case. I have 2 fork bags, one on each side. I always take a drink along with me. At the moment it is Brewdog non-alcoholic or alcohol-free IPA. Great little drink. And I just find that if I've been drinking water all day, I want to have something different to drink in the evening. I also take some tea bags along, something like a 3 Ginger or a Feel New or a Turmeric Gold. I have my AeroPress, so little AeroPress Go. This is a new edition and I'm really enjoying it. It comes with a cup, so I don't need to carry a separate cup with me. And then I have a little bag of fresh coffee, so never going to run out of good coffee on the trip, which is very important. Other side, I have my cooker. Now, I've used lots of cookers, lots of stoves, and this is the one I keep coming back to and I love the most. It's the MSR Pocket Rocket 2 mini stove set. And the reason I love it is it comes with a little plastic cup on the bottom, perfect size for instant noodles, porridge, all that kind of stuff. And then inside I have a little gas canister for it. And then I carry 2 porridge sachets, one for breakfast and one to stop that noise. You put this on top, no noise, but also means I have a spare meal if I need one. And then I always take 2 lighters inside. This is my fire pot. This is a rice dal spinach thing. All good, delicious. The reason I like these is because they are healthy. Also, this one is gluten-free, lactose-free, vegan, so it's not going to upset your stomach at the end of the day. Also, it's a really good litter bag because it's sealable at the top. When I finished it, I use it as my rubbish bag. And I take my Light My Fire titanium spork, which I have evidently not cleaned since I got back, and it looks like I had porridge. Then I've got 2 water bottles here. I use a little thing called an M-Wave adapter, which turns one set of fittings into 2, so you can get 2 bottle cages on your center here. If I was doing something longer, I'd probably take a water filter with me so I can get more water. I might even take a reservoir which I can clip on the front of my bike, but that's for longer trips. Here I have my sleeping mat. This is the Thermarest Neo Air X-Lite. Really good mat, love it. It fits perfectly into my water cage here, bottle cage, and I put it in a dry bag with a clip which goes round this part here. Then I have my kind of mechanical kit on the bottom. If we flip round to the back of the bike, we have one last bag, which is where all the stuff that's going to keep me warm is kept. So in here I have my Montane Featherlight down jacket. Really love that jacket. I have a pair of trousers. In summer I would just have a pair of like hiking trousers. In winter I've got these lovely fleece lined trousers. These are Mountain Equipment Kinesis pants. I also like to have a mid layer. This is the Mountain Equipment Lumico. It's really nice. It's got a little hood. It keeps you nice and warm. I have a hat, woolly hat, for my head because it was -4. I managed to keep everything warm apart from my nose. I also had a nice pair of socks to keep my feet warm. This is my sleeping bag, which is the Mountain Equipment Helium 400. It worked perfectly for this temperature, in a nice warm tent, wearing all my clothes in this. And I also have a Rab silk liner. I use a liner for all my sleeping bags, partly because it keeps you warmer, and the other reason is because it keeps your sleeping bag nice and clean. That is everything I used on this cycle trip. I hope that was useful. As I said, below there's a list of everything I used. If you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see lots of videos about cycle touring, cycling across South America, cycling across Australia, plus a whole load of other adventures. You can also find some kit videos, help you choose the right kit for your adventures. If you want to just follow my day-to-day stupidity and adventurous soul, then go to Instagram, Jamie is Adventuring. I hope this is useful. If you have any questions, drop me a line. I'll try and help in any way I can. Enjoy your adventuring.